Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pink Shade. It is TLC Tuesday. I'm here with Kimberly to talk about 90 Day Fiance. Hey, girl.
Hello, how are you? Good to see you, Mary Payne.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't either. I don't know what that voice was. That was weird. I was channeling someone else, but I don't know who.
Okay, make sure all your microphone is set correctly because 2 weeks ago it was too loud and then last week it was too soft.
Yeah,
So,
I think my mic, I might need a new mic because Katie also, oh, I'm not my right mic. Now I am. There we go.
oh my God, that's so much better.
So much better.
Mhm.
Um, no, I do think my mic, I might need a new mic. So join our Patreon. Um, I and it's off here. Yeah, she said that yesterday, and then we recorded our Patreon last night, our live stream, and everyone in the comments was saying I was really quiet, so I had to turn my volume up. Um,
Mhm.
so I don't know what's happening. Might need a new mic. Might need a new box. No, no,
Mhm.
microphone box.
Okay, all right. Okay, just making sure. Um,
Yeah.
I have to tell you that at the end of this episode, um, Katie reveals that Josh has never gone down on her, to which I say, TLC needs a new storyline. Like, we cannot, I was like, I can't have two storylines as such.
I thought you meant my Katie.
Oh,
Because sometimes you start our episodes with you accosting us about something we said in our latest A
mm-hmm,
Date with Dateline. And so
mm-hmm.
that's what I thought you were doing. And then, of course, Josh, I thought you meant Josh Mankiewicz because we had texted him in one of our recent episodes while we were recording so I could get his live on the air thoughts
Yeah.
about mutton chops.
Uh-huh.
And so I just had a huge incestuous crossover in my mind. So I'm so relieved you're talking about Katie with a C.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine. Let's talk about their oral situation all day long compared to my Katie's. I don't want to know anything about that.
No, 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 especially not involving Josh Mankiewicz. Wow.
No, who's like a
Um,
fatherly figure to us. So this
that's
is
really
just,
weird. This conversation
yeah.
has gone in the first 2 minutes right downhill. Right
Woo!
downhill.
But yes,
Woo!
this is the cunnilingus
Channel.
time, the era. We are in our cunnilingus era of Matt
Mm-hmm.
Sharp Productions. We haven't had too much of that on Love After Lockup. We did have a saggy balls conversation because they were deflated.
Oh,
And
right,
that
right, right.
was
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um,
That's true.
a lot that I didn't.
Didn't want to think about. Well, TLC, C stands for cunnilingus. We're just about sick of it. Well, let's talk about this episode. And there's a lot of good stuff here. I still don't know how many episodes do we usually have? 20? So,
20,
uh,
yeah, somewhere in
yeah.
there.
So we've got a good ways to go here. We still haven't even gotten
So
like the first wedding yet.
the real question is how much more hateful can Marissa and Katie be?
Mm.
Is
The
it
re-
possible for them to go further down in our estimation? Because I defended Katie a lot at the beginning.
yeah.
I kind of tried to defend Marissa, but I really tried to defend Katie. She's despicable.
She's
She's
really,
deplorable.
she's really,
The
she
worst
really
person.
she really needs some help. And then this week, I guess like the National Citizens for OCD or the National
Yes.
Council on OCD came out and was like, she does not represent us. And
No,
then
we don't want we don't know her.
she got mad about that. And then Josh got
Did
mad about
she?
that. Yeah, they both were posting about it. Yeah, they were offended. Hmm.
I think the issue is there's nothing wrong with her saying she has OCD.
Right.
It's when she blames her bad behavior on the OCD.
Hmm.
When clearly she is an extremely selfish, narcissistic person
Yeah. I think that's right. And so,
in a way that might be pathological of some sort of mental illness that I don't want to say, but there are several that come to mind
yeah,
right now. Just,
when her
but I'm not going to
mom
say them.
when her mom said you're going to hurt somebody, and she said like murder. Um,
That was concerning.
that was the first thing that popped in her head.
And
So
the fact that the mom said on TV, I think he will hopefully make you be a less selfish person, because that's been a character flaw of hers her entire life.
yeah, yeah,
That's concerning,
it's awful.
especially in a religious household. So, they were like beating into her charity, like the Bible,
You would
not being
hope. Uh-huh.
selfish. And she is still the complete opposite and so selfish that makes you think there's something chemical in her brain, some sort of synapses or
It's not great, and it's not great that even your grandparents don't like you because they will forgive
your
anything.
parents and your grandparents. Yeah.
It's rough. But let's don't start with them. Let's start with
Thank God.
yeah. So this is season 12, episode 12. Speaking of God, So Help Me God is the name of this
Hmm.
um episode. I don't know why the name of this episode is So Help Me God. Maybe we'll find it as we go through. Somebody says
That's
it
what
maybe.
Josh is thinking.
Mm.
Please help me, God.
Please help me, God. I can't believe I've moved to be with this person.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Mallory and Rashid, and it's 42 days to wed. I like when they tell us this. So
Yes.
she's gone to look at wedding dresses, and she posted today some like behind the scenes of it, which is cute, with Michaela and Katie. And she says, I'm not like a size 0 sample girl. So I'm going to this place. And I was happy that, she was happy that they had things in her size that she could
Hmm.
buy off the rack. Cause a lot of times, you got to
Yeah.
buy something, you have to wait. And so she was happy about that. And that she had a lot of choices. And she doesn't want to look like a $5 whore on her wedding day. She will save that for later.
Yeah.
She's like, also because this family's going to be watching from Turkey. And I definitely don't want them to see me looking like a $5 whore.
Yeah.
She's really cute trying on the dresses. Even my daughter and her cold black heart came through the room and was like, oh, she's so cute. Look at her.
I know. I
Yeah.
love Mallory. She's
Hmm.
quickly rising to be one of my new favorites.
I think so. So they chat about how things are going, now that he got over the thing with Brandon. And she says, well, you know how the prenup conversation went. And, that's bad enough. But to be honest, the issue is I need to have a heart to heart with him about something that I've procrastinated about. And you're right. Of course, it's the kids. And it's uncomfortable, like so uncomfortable. Like there might not be a wedding. That's how big the topic is. And the girls are like, what could it be? What could it be? We have no idea what this could
Murder?
possibly be. Is it, you mean
What
like murder?
like murder?
And she says, I'm not sure, if I ever want to have kids. And Michaela goes, are you serious? Because he would have kids right now. Have you talked to him about this at all? Does he going to see this coming? Now, Michaela is her best friend in the world. You know that she knows this.
Yes.
And she goes, I've never been truly honest with him about this because I love him so much. And I don't want that to be something that would keep us from being with each other. But it sounds like to me that maybe this is a producer driven push because she's probably like, yeah, in a couple of years, I'll probably be ready, but we got to just see how the marriage goes first.
Right.
You
But they
know?
have to have several conflicts and secrets to get cast on the show. So
Right.
you really got to hold something back until the person comes to America. These are
Mhm.
not conversations they can film you having over the phone.
Everything
It
can't be
has to be
fine.
in. No.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm talking to Katie goes, well, they need to talk about this immediately. And Michaela says he wants kids for sure. Like he would have kids tomorrow. So this could be like make it or break it. I was like, Michaela, you sure do know a lot about what Rashid wants, but yet
But not
stunned,
Mallory.
but stunned that she has held this information back. Mallory goes, well, you know my family situation. I didn't have a good example of a mother. And what if I turn into her, like going out and drinking and bringing guys home? Well, I mean, hopefully you wouldn't do that if you were married. But she says, I, I would feel like a horrible person repeating that cycle. And they go, but that's
Mm.
not you. You're not that kind of person. And she goes, well, I didn't think my mother was that kind of person. And it's hard because I don't know what a healthy relationship with the parent looks like. I'm afraid I won't break the cycle. And they're like, this is going to be rough. It's going to be a hard conversation. I'm glad you're trying on this wedding dress because no man's going to want to marry you. You know what I'm saying? I think I think this is interesting about Mallory because we are midway through the season and finding this out, right?
Well, she has said her friends are her family,
Mm-hmm.
and there's something about her dad.
That she told me, right? Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, her mom was the $5 hooker or whatever that she said.
In her talking head, she says, my parents divorced when I was 10. They went their separate ways and eventually started new families. And my sister and I felt like chopped liver. Then my
Mm,
dad kicked me out at 18. And after my car accident, he never showed up to visit me at the hospital. Like, who does that? And to this day, since she had this accident last year, he has not seen me.
that's crazy.
And
Where's the sister also?
I don't know. I'd like to see the sister,
Yeah.
but she's cute too.
I was just thinking that. I bet they're cute.
And she says, I'm envious of people with healthy relationships with their parents. And that's why I'm terrified because I don't know anything about it. You know, I wanted to talk to Rashid in person about this. I mean, but it could end our relationship. I don't think so.
No, I think it's going to be fine.
So they're at home and she makes him some tea, some Turkish tea. And they sit outside and he's like, it's not good. She's like, I'm trying. He's like, you're going to need to learn to make the tea. She's like, this is fine. It's good enough. I'm interested in the tea because the tea's always red. I'm interested in what the tea tastes like. I love a hot tea.
You do? Do you
I
sit
do.
on the porch like a Southern
No,
gal?
no, not drinking hot tea. That's hot.
Oh, you
No,
drink iced tea on the porch.
well, you would normally drink iced tea on the porch, or you might have a cold cocktail, like a glass of wine with some ice in it, like a lady.
What about a mint julep?
I mean, sure, but you don't need to get so into stereotypical. Yeah. A couple, some water in your Stanley is also just fine. But sitting on the porch is a thing. So he says, so how was the dress shopping? And she says, I can't tell you how it was. It was a surprise. And he's like, okay. And she goes, when you see me, you have to like ugly cry. And he goes, no, why do that? She goes, you're going to be like ugly crying when you see me. And he's like, huh? He did not understand.
No.
And he's like, why will I be crying? And so then she gets serious and says, and she just kind of looks forlornly to the side. And he says, why is your face like a toilet right now?
Oh my God. Like a toilet without a bidet, AKA the kind of toilet I hate.
Right. Like, that was funny. I've never heard that. I was like, what could he possibly mean? Like your face looks like shit?
Like long?
Or like,
I was thinking like, yeah, like the face, long.
I don't, it was strange.
Okay, I'm looking it up because
Okay.
it could be one of those Turkish phrases that Sarper, like we say in Turkey, when your face like toilet, your butt and your face give out the poop. I don't know.
We always start off good with the Sarpers and then we can never bring it home.
No, that's what I feel like he does.
Yes,
he loses
right.
it in the second half.
Why your face like a toilet right now? What are you finding?
Mm-hmm.
We're Googling on air.
Yeah.
Mary Payne and Kimberly.
Why
Google
your
things.
Face.
Look like toilet.
No.
No, it's not a phrase. It's not a phrase. No, we didn't think it was going to be. So she says, well, we have some things to discuss. And I'm afraid that this topic is so important that you might not want to marry me. He goes, what? Of course, babe, I want to marry you. And she says, but okay, what if I said, I'm not sure if I want kids ever? And he goes, well, we can, I don't know. I don't know what he's like, is that what you're saying? Or are you saying, what if I said that, And she says, as of right now, I don't want to have a baby because I don't know if I could ever be a good mother. And he goes, oh, Mallory, why do you think bad all the time? And she goes, I'm not trying to think bad. I'm being realistic. And I'm worried that I do not know how to be a mother because of my childhood. I mean, spoiler alert, nobody knows how to be a mother. They just give you a baby and say, good luck. I mean, even if you had a great example of a mother. And I think the best people that know how to be moms are people that like babysat a lot or did nannying or something, because at least they've got some experience.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, nobody knows. Y'all, by now, I hope you've seen my ad on Instagram for my perfectly snug smart topper for my mattress. Was it cringy? Yes. Did it get the point across? Yes. You guys, the perfectly snug is a mattress pad that cools you while you sleep. It is a dream for us ladies of a certain age. And let's just say it, menopausal women who sleep hot. Okay. But my husband also sleeps hot and he loves it too. The perfectly snug is an air based mattress topper that blows air on you. It's not water based. I used to have a chili sleep. It was so gross because you always had to clean it out. So I'm thrilled with this no water option. This thing has dual zones, so Dave and I can choose our own cool settings. You can do a cold burst. You can do a pre-warming option, like if it's, the wintertime. You can even warm your feet if you need to. It has so many options. You guys, there's also a 30-night guarantee. So you literally have nothing to lose. Please try it out, okay? You're going to try it out and use my code. Go to perfectlysnug.com and use code PINKSHADE at checkout for 15% off. You guys, it is an amazing product and I wouldn't steer you wrong. So go to perfectlysnug.com and use code PINKSHADE at checkout for 15% off, and you're going to sleep cooler and you're going to thank me. Y'all, you know how much I love Quince. They are the best summer pieces. These are the ones you reach for over and over again. And right now, I am obsessed with this white linen popover shirt. I'm wearing it right this minute. I wore it for all my recordings this week. It is so easy to throw on. And I have some white linen shorts to go with it. It's an adorable set. It's my new thing. They have 100% European linen, their pants, dresses, tops. These are the pieces that you reach for all summer, and they start at just $32. They have amazing soft denim. They have organic cotton sweaters. And of course, they have that gorgeous silk and Mongolian cashmere. Did you guys also know they have jewelry? Did you know they have maternity clothes? Did you know they have luggage and also bedding? You guys, they have so much great stuff and they have the most amazing things for gifts. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They work directly with ethical factories and cut out the middleman. So you're paying for exceptional quality, not brand markup. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/pinkshade for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/pinkshade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/pinkshade. And Canadian bunkies, let me know what you got. So, the Talking Eddie says, I have 8 siblings and 19 nieces and nephews, and I want to be a dad and see my parents be grandparents to the kids. And in 2 years, we know everything about each other. And now I left Turkey, and now she tells me this. And, if I would have known, maybe I would not have left Turkey to marry her. That's why she didn't tell you. And he says to her, literally, you make me sad. And I think your mind will change.
Like a toilet seat
sad.
that does not have a bidet attached to it.
A sad toilet seat. And I think your mind will change in 2 years. And she goes, but what if my mind doesn't change? Would you still want to be with me? And he goes, no, I don't want to talk about this. And she goes, but we have to talk about it. And he says, I really want to have a baby so much. And this is very bullshit. And he walks off. And so the talking head, she says, if he decides not to get married, he has to go back to Turkey. And I can't imagine my life without him. But he goes off into his she shed shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
it's going to be fine.
It's totally going to be fine. But
the fact that she's so worried about being a good parent, means she's going to be better than her mom.
Yeah. She just worries about keeping the cycle going.
She's good. That means she's going to break the cycle. She'll work hard to break the cycle, I think.
I know. And she's so cute. She needs to have children. I would be more interested if she said, when I had that horrible accident, I found out I could not have kids because they had to take parts of me out or something. That's kind of what I was thinking where we were going. But no, she just got 2 feet of intestine removed. So
yeah,
everything else still working. Okay, Thomas and Paula, we had a little scene with them. Let's hear what they have to say.
Oh man, I didn't even look at my notes for Mallory and Roush, and I had funny things written down. When you were
We'll
saying
tell it.
her mom goes out. Well, pretend that you're talking about your Mallory, talking about your mom going drunk, going and getting drunk all the time, and going out late and partying.
Well, my mom used to go out all the time and get drunk and bring guys home, and I just don't want to do that.
Is her mom Katie? That was it.
But not your Katie.
No, Katie
No.
with a C.
Yeah, Katie with the C. Yeah. I do worry a little bit about the amount of online hate Katie's getting.
I worry for her mental health, which
Yeah.
is why I tried to defend her so much.
Mhm.
But
This week was pretty bad. Let's talk about Thomas and Paula.
oh, okay.
Hmm.
So they are still on the farm with mom and stepmom and dad. The stepmom Rinny is teaching Paula how to plant seeds, and Paula brings up that Rinny was upset about that social media video with the mom, and she said, I didn't want to pick sides, and I have empathy for everything you did for Thomas, and I want to bond with you, but also I kind of wanted to bond with the mom too. And
Yeah.
Rinny said, your family's so great. You don't understand how bad it was here. I raised Thomas when he was in the darkest place. So it's a dagger to my heart that Thomas wants to reconnect with his mom, which is fair. But
Yeah.
also, he's an adult and he may need to feel like he tried with the
Yeah.
mom.
It's
So
not up to her, but it's rough. Yeah.
yeah. So Paula apologizes, and Rinny says she knows her heart was in a good place, and she appreciates Paula clearing the air. And that's literally all that happened. Oh, no, that's not. Meanwhile, Thomas tells dad, Tom,
Mm.
there's a Tom and a Thomas.
It's
Dad is
confusing.
Tom, and usually it would be the opposite, I feel like. Or like the
Little
son would be
Tommy.
little Tommy.
Hmm.
Yeah, Tom too. Uh,
TJ.
yeah.
Hmm.
So he says, Paula wants me to repair everything with the family. She really thinks her crystals can bring everybody together. The miniatures
Uh-huh.
will bring everybody together. And Tom says, just so you know, in 10 years, you won't remember who's at your wedding. And I was like, that's true for most guests, but I don't feel like that's true for your parents. I feel
I don't
like
think
you'll
it's
remember if your parents were at your wedding.
I think if you have like 500 people at your wedding, you may not remember. But I think if you only have like 25, 30 people and four of them are your parents, you might
Yeah.
remember that. Yes.
Yeah. So, Thomas says, I don't know why you even, or Tom says, I don't know why you even wanted to invite your mom.
Right.
And Thomas tells, the dad, I know how hard it was for you. And I knew that I could always count on you. And I really appreciate everything you did for me. And I want you to know that. And so that's all dad needed to hear, that
Yeah.
what he did for Thomas wasn't being forgotten just
Right.
because he was pursuing things with the mom. And the dad says he appreciates Thomas saying that. They pack up to leave, and they feel like they accomplished everything they wanted to on the trip. And Tom says, Paula, you're part of the family now. And I think she understands the family better now. And Thomas says, okay, but Paula, you're in their talking head. You're still not going to try to fix it, right? You understand that you can't fix it. And Paula says, well, I still want to take a picture of everyone at the wedding together, all of the parents. And Thomas says, so you haven't learned anything. And she says, it's just a picture. And he says, that's literally what started the whole thing. You took a picture with my mom. So you just want to repeat that. And she's like, whatever. It's going to be fine.
It's interesting when I talked to her, she said that the parents lived in a trailer on this farm. But to me, it looks like they live in a house. And then the trailer was like the guest space.
Yeah, maybe their house is also a trailer, but the wheels were covered by, people cover the wheels.
Yeah, it could be. But also they said on this episode, I'm so glad you got to see how Thomas grew up. I was like, did he grow up on
the
this
farm was
like
later.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Confusing.
Something's not making sense. Are they getting married at the Queen Mary though? That's the question.
I believe that is where the wedding is planned. Yes.
Did they book it? Okay.
Yes, I believe so. because I told her about Katie playing a ghost on the Queen Mary.
You did?
Yes. And
That's
she's like,
hilarious.
she goes, I want to get in touch with her and find out about that because I want to do it.
She would be good at
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Hilarious. I said she was ghost of the week or whatever.
Yeah, she got a certificate.
She should hang that behind herself in her
I know.
podcast studio. Okay, Aisha and Maxwell. Okay. Well, Aisha, we start off the episode with her calling her prophetess Patricia, PPP. And she says, hey, listen, I got to call you right quick. And she goes, it's 1:45 in the morning. She goes, anyway, we got to do a prayer. She doesn't even care that it's.
Oh my God. God doesn't punch a clock, and neither does Aisha.
No, she's like, anyway, my sisters Cola and Glenn, so it's Jacola and Glenna, and then
Thank you.
yeah,
because I thought it was just like cola, like
it's Joccolah, Jacola.
Okay.
And I would like to know where that originated from. Glenna, we got probably the dad's name was
I was
Glenn.
like, were you named after Ricola, or were you named after like an off-brand cola, like RC?
Cola with an H
Cola.
or Cola Scola. I mean, it's
What is that?
Cole Escola. Cola Scola, the actor that wrote Oh Mary.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, just the light went completely dim in your eyes when I said that.
No, I had no idea.
Okay, sorry. That was an inside Broadway joke, and
I haven't seen it. It's how I would like to see it in New York. I want to see it. Maybe I should go see it.
You should go see it. It changed my life.
I remember how you raved about it.
Yeah. Anyway, that was sorry, guys. So she says Cola, Glenn, and Rod will be there today. And she goes, let's do a prayer. And then she's like, hello. She goes, isn't that how the devil works? Just trying to cut me off from my prayer. The devil will do it. So funny. Now the screen.
The God is anything good, and the devil is any minor inconvenience.
Mhm.
Like, if her like Wi-Fi is glitchy,
Right.
If they get her drink wrong at Starbucks,
Right.
like the devil.
The devil is working at this Starbucks. So 4 days to wed, the screen tells us. She calls Rod. And Rod's she says, are you at the hotel? And he says, yeah, we don't have the directions to the house. She says, I'll send them to you. So she says, are you at the hotel? And he says, yes. But then they all show up with giant rolling bags. How many people can stay in this house? Because they just added 4 people to this house.
Wow. Well, this was a large Airbnb that they rented, right?
Yeah, but if they weren't planning for this to happen, why all of a sudden do they have 4 extra bedrooms?
They were planning it.
Okay. So
I called phony baloney on all of this. We didn't know there was a wedding.
I completely agree that there's not any way everybody had their bags packed within 2 days and went to Africa with their passport. I don't even know if these days you have to get certain shots before you go to Africa and stuff. So come on now.
Baloney, as Katie would say.
Yes. Amen. So they're talking ahead. She says, today, my older sister, Jacola, my middle sister, Glenna, my mom's friend, Kathy, are coming along with stepbrother Rod to Nigeria. And I just told them, come on, we're going to have a vacation in Africa. We have things planned. Just come on over. Come on.
I don't even do that for like going to the West Side in LA, like when I lived in the Valley.
Yeah.
Like that would take a week of planning at least.
Yeah.
Just hop on over to Africa.
There's just no way. There's no way. So she says, my sisters are usually supportive of everything I do, but they have no idea we're getting married. I hope Rod didn't tell them anything. So 10 hours of a flight.
What else are they talking about on the flight?
Which means like at least 14 hours of traveling. And you're saying nowhere along the way did any of these 3 people go, I wonder why she wants us to come to Africa.
And Rod doesn't seem like the kind that can keep a secret. Let's be real.
Oh, no.
He's a gossip queen.
Yes. So
also, yes, you do need a yellow fever vaccination. to go to
Okay.
Nigeria.
And how far ahead in advance can you get that? Can you get it? Can you
Right.
just call up your primary care and be like, you got yellow fever in stock? I'd like to
Right.
get that.
Right.
They have that at CVS next to the COVID and the flu, yellow fever. I don't think so.
Right.
Come on, TLC.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, I hope Rod didn't tell them anything, but there's no more time to keep the secret. It's now or never. So all the sisters and Rod arrive at the Airbnb, and Aunt Kathy, or whoever she is, and Aunt Kathy was like, I got to get in on this. Like, I want to
Mm-hmm.
be on TV. This is my moment.
Mm-hmm.
So in the talking head, Jacola and Glenna, the sisters, and Kathy say, Aisha always does this. She just comes up with the last minute vacation and we follow her to another continent where you need a yellow fever vaccine. Okay.
I know where they have malaria and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And she says, Aisha, she's just bossy and demanding. And my note here is, so now they just all of a sudden have space in this house for 4 more grown-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Rod sits down to talk to Aisha. Everybody's going to get settled. And he says, you're going to need to tell everybody what's going on, and not just days before the wedding. Well, it's 4 days before the wedding. And he says, there's something going on, and you're just not telling me everything. And Aisha goes, you think I'm pregnant? Now that is offensive to God and to me. And she says to Rod, she goes, you're just stuck. You're not being open-minded. You think it can only be one thing, and it's not. And he goes, do they practice voodoo here in Nigeria? Did they put something in your drink or your food? And she goes, and she says, they practice voodoo in America. She's like, shut up, Rod.
Jesus. He thinks he's living in the movie Get Out. Like,
Yeah, he does.
what do you think is happening here?
And the talking head Rod goes, I worry. You get those callers on the phone. I'm worried it's a scam. No callers ever get you to come fly to another country and marry somebody when you need a vaccine.
What the Nigerian prince email scam that has been
No.
a joke forever is about. Please come and marry me.
And he kept saying robocalls. I was like, Rod, whatever your name is. Okay. So Aisha says, well, you can just have a conversation with Maxwell yourself. And he says, oh, I will. So now we see Maxwell and his parents and his sister Blaze sitting by this beautiful seaside restaurant. And it's by the ocean. You can see people are like standing out, like looking to see what they're filming. Because you can see there's people that are like, making sure people don't cross the line into the recording. I love stuff like that. Yeah. If somebody keeps going by on a horse, I was like, that person's trying to get their moment.
I had to do that on Hollywood Boulevard, block people from walking into a shot. So I had to like herd people into the little tourist shops that are on so they wouldn't walk on the street, because we needed the street to be completely empty.
Yeah.
People were so mad. There was lots of yelling.
And what movie was this?
This was for the Oscars. It was for an opening shot that they were going to use at the Oscars of like a drone shot of Hollywood Boulevard completely empty for some reason. And so, but if you shoot during the day at Hollywood Boulevard, there's thousands of people. So
how did you get that? So you block the street off on both ends.
Mm-hmm. And then you say, can you just come inside and stay inside? Stay in this hot, no air conditioning tourist place that sells shirts that say I love LA.
Yes.
For just 10 it's 5 more minutes. We just needed the shot 5 more minutes.
And did you
10
give
more
them
minutes maybe?
Everybody
no,
got
they didn't get anything.
A free t-shirt? Nothing?
No.
They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. But at the other point, some were like, oh, we're part of a thing. Like,
yes. And you were like, yes, you are. You're important.
You're important. Yes. You're basically the star of the Oscars. Thank you.
So Aisha introduces everyone to everyone, and she stands up and says, well, the reason we have brought everyone together is to introduce all of you to my fiance, Maxwell. And in a few days, we'll be getting married. Speech over. She sits down. And they're all like, what? And Rod goes, I see you charmed her really, really good. And he's like, So Blaze says to the sisters, how do you feel? Because she's like, oh, yes, sisters are here. Sisters see each other. And they go, well, we are shocked. We are shocked. And Aisha goes, well, the man at the embassy told Maxwell that the best bet is to get married and reapply for the spousal visa, take that visa back to the United States with the marriage certificate and reapply. And they said, so this will be faster. And she goes, no, it could be another year. It could be another 2 years. We don't know, but it takes time. But this is the best bet. And I think this will work because, now we're really doing it. So the talking head, the sisters go, we are very surprised. She did not tell us this. We had no idea why we were getting yellow fever shots 3 months ago. And it is
I hope that was right when I Googled, because otherwise we're just spreading misinformation.
Oh, I said something so absolutely wrong on the Love After Lockup podcast yesterday. I said that Sicily was not a part of Italy, that Sicily was a separate country. And that's not true.
Is false.
That's false. So yeah, I don't need 26 more people to tell me. Because I've realized that I said it as if it was true and realized now I shouldn't have let the internet tell me that because I read that somewhere. So
no, that's
just a quick Google would have found out that I was wrong. So yeah, we left it in. So
they do feel very prideful of their location as and I think they think of themselves as slightly different than regular Italians.
I think of it as Texas. The people in Texas think that they're a different country, and that's fine. They can have it.
Mm-hmm.
No shade to Keisha. So the sisters say, well, we are just so surprised she did not tell us. And it's unfair because we should have known this was coming so we could have been more prepared.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. You read those lines and you're so tired. They're so tired. They're really reading those lines.
If this was real, I feel like she would have gotten them drunk because I feel like these ladies need a cocktail or something. And
but right before they arrived, remember, it was 1:45 a.m. where they're from. So it's probably 4 a.m. where they're from now.
So maybe they let them get some sleep first.
Yeah. No, the clock's ticking.
The clock. Yeah. God doesn't punch a clock.
No. Right. So the sister says, what will you do if you're denied again? And she goes, I do not think it will happen again because this time God really is on my side. Like the first time.
I know I said that before.
But this time.
There was static on the line and I misinterpreted. And he cut out right as he said, I ordain this. It was like, I don't ordain this, but the don't was cut out because of the static. And I got confused. But this time it's for real.
God said this time. It's ordained.
Mm-hmm.
And this time we will have a stronger evidence and the marriage certificate, and they will know for a fact it's legitimate because we will not include those losers who screwed it up for us, our best friends. Okay? Yeah.
Whose face is blurred, the lady, but not the man. Right?
Yeah. Oh, no, I can't remember that. I think the lady was for sure.
The lady. I think the man, we saw his face. I could be wrong.
She's like, Aisha got me going over to Nigeria, getting scammed by a Nigerian scammer. So and talking to Aisha goes, I could tell my sisters were speechless. And I understand because his whole family was sitting right there. They had to play along to get along. And if they had an opinion, they're just going to internalize their feelings and tell me later. I was like, oh, they're going to tell you later. Yeah. So the aunt or the sister or somebody says, so when are you going to have babies? Because they're very concerned about her age. Everybody is.
Mm-hmm. Every day we wait to impregnate you is a day that you are more feeble and into menopause.
Just one less egg every day.
Yeah.
And they say, when will you have babies? And Maxwell says, we will see by the grace of God. And Clement says, Clement is a man of few words, except for when you chimed in last week about her being in menopause. He said, I say I just need 2 boys and 2 girls. And they all look at him like, do you see how old she is? Like, are you crazy? Is she going to have quads?
Mm-hmm.
And Aisha says, let me tell you something right now. They're going to be 2 pregnancies and whatever comes, that's it. That's what you're taking.
He's slipping some money to the doctor. I think she should just, because she could artificially inseminate multiple eggs. And he's going to slip money to the doctor. Just put 20 in there. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. So Rod goes,
she should have freezed her eggs, actually. She has a lot of money. I know it's expensive.
Maybe she has, though. Maybe she has.
Maybe she has freezed her eggs, yeah. I don't know if they'd like that though, because that doesn't feel as God ordained. It feels more science ordained.
I don't think you say freezed your eggs. I think you say froze
Froze.
your eggs. Yes.
Apologies.
Okay. Just making sure. Nobody come at us. I know Sicily's a part of Italy. Okay. So Rod's like, you're already talking about babies? And talking head Rod goes, it is too early to think about babies. They're not even going to be living in the same house, same country.
Yeah.
And then he says, I don't even know if he can afford babies. So
Okay,
now
this dude is so
Rod needs to,
racist.
well,
I'm gonna. Well, he can't be. I don't know if he's he's xenophobic. Let's say that he's
he
xenophobic.
has no idea what these people's wealth status is. They could be like supremely wealthy. Like he has no idea. He's just
No,
guessing.
but they're poor scammers immediately because they're
Right.
from Nigeria.
Right.
Yeah.
So Rod says, all right, Maxwell, what kind of business will you pursue in the United States? And Maxwell says, right now I'm in the car business. It's like buying and reselling. And Aisha says, he is in a wholesale auto broker, but he is considering doing electrical work. And Maxwell says, yes, my dad Clement is an electrical contractor,
Oh, okay.
which does mean he has a profession that makes money.
Mhm.
And Rod says, don't speak for your man, please. Maxwell, do you understand what American women are looking for in a husband? Oh, now he's against Americans too? Rod.
Yeah.
Rod's got a lot of negative opinions. He says, the husbands in America work very, very hard. She works very, very hard.
Yeah. And
Women work very, very hard.
Why do you assume he won't work very, very hard?
Why do we assume that the women are just now that she's got a husband, she's just going to
She's going to stop working.
Yeah.
And he needs to work very hard, but he can't work hard inherently because he's Nigerian. So he's unable to work hard.
She has a doctorate. I highly doubt she's just going to stop working.
Yeah.
And Maxwell goes, well, I don't think Americans work harder than Nigerians. And Rod goes, oh, really? Well, how much you got in your bank account? And Maxwell just looks around and he goes, well, you're not going to compare me to you because you have all the machines there. So you make everything easier to work. But here in Nigeria, I use my hands to work under harsh situations. So I don't think you work harder than Nigerians. You're just blessed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've heard this before. We've heard this before on some show where they said, like, you think that you work hard, but you have a lot of machines that do things for you. Which I wouldn't think of, being that I live here, but that's definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
So Maxwell says, okay, look, it's normal to ask somebody what you do for a living, but to ask how much money I have in my bank account is a dumb question, a very dumb question. And you don't ask a man such questions.
Yeah.
And I think you just don't ask anybody that question. It's pretty rude.
No, it's very rude. Also, it doesn't translate. What he has in Nigeria, you don't know what that means in American money.
Right. So Rod says, I am a very hard worker. And one thing I know about Nigerians, we get a lot of robocalls and scams, and they all come from Africa. Let me tell you something. The robocalls that I get they're all about my loan. The loan, my loan has been processed. I'm so lucky. They just need a few more pieces of information about my loan. And nowhere on these robocalls that I get 20 a day about my loan does it say it comes from Africa.
All of mine are from American politicians. So I don't know what he's talking about. And also, he just told you he has a job. It is with cars. He is not, who was sitting in a call center making robocalls? Sumit in India.
Yeah, he was. Mm-hmm.
And using a fake photo that was clearly a catfish. So
yes,
let's direct our xenophobia towards India.
Yeah. No, let's don't do that. No, let's don't do that. So, Rod says the robocalls come from Africa, and Blaze says, you're talking about scams, but that is not my family. It is fine to be skeptical and have fears, but my family is far from the scam. And Rod says, well, I flew 10 hours on a plane, which I've never done before, to be sure she's in good hands. And Blaze says, okay, well, I don't want someone around him who's going to be bossy and too proud and cannot submit. But you're free to make your observations. So Blaze is like, you're going to take down my brother. I'm going to take down your sister cousin, god sister.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Aisha's like, why am I catching strays? Like, I'm just, what?
I know.
Yeah.
both
Um,
families are against the wedding for different reasons. What's funny
totally.
is Aisha's mom is the only one on board, but she doesn't seem to matter because they think she is the dotty old lady, and the daughters don't take her seriously, and Rod doesn't take her
She hadn't
seriously.
said
They're
one
like,
word.
you fooled mom into being on
Yeah.
board with this. She loves Maxwell because he's so handsome, and
Hmm.
I don't know, because
She
there were
hasn't said
donuts
one
at the
word.
airport.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
think she's drunk again? She hasn't said anything.
they give her a pill. Yeah.
So Maxwell says to Rod, "My name is Maxwell, and the meaning of my name is greatness. So you're going to like me." I like that. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
good. Give it back to him.
He should have
Um,
learned what Rod meant. And your name is Roderick, which
mhm.
means stupid head.
And they all kind of laugh at Maxwell saying that. And Maxwell says, "You seem to have a lot of problems, but I'm looking forward to spending time with you and getting to know you." And Rod's like, mm. And
Very
Rod,
nice. I would. He didn't punch him in the face. He didn't storm off. He took it very well.
he
He
just
made a
sort of
joke.
laughed. Yeah. He didn't
Yeah.
say, "Why are you coming at me so hard? And you don't know my finances and you're disrespecting my parents by saying we're scammers,"
Mm-hmm.
but he was just nice about it. So Talking Head Rod says, "He says all the right things, but he'll slip up if he's not authentic. Aisha has been very smart in all her decisions in business and life, but this is the worst decision I've ever seen."
So if she's been smart in all decisions, why do you assume this is such a dumb decision? I mean, I think it is a dumb decision, but why does he think it's a dumb decision?
Has
She's
he, have we seen her? Do we know that she's had like six boyfriends that have fooled her
right.
before? You
Right. I
know,
don't think so. I
yeah,
think she's very picky,
mhm,
and that's why she hasn't been married so far.
I think so. Um, okay, let's move on to Katie and Josh.
Oh God, these assholes. Okay. So,
Not everybody here is an asshole.
no. Well, some it's more than it was last week because I've turned on somebody.
Okay, all right, here we go. Yeah.
So, Katie and Josh, they're all kissy in their hero shot now, which is like the first time she's made out with him and not Ryan in a hot
This
minute.
is the second hero shot where she rubs her hand all on his face.
Weird.
Weird. Weird.
Let me stick my tongue in your mouth. So they go to a cake tasting for the wedding because I guess they're having the wedding there.
I guess
No
that's
one
why
knew
they're
that.
there. We didn't know. We thought they were there for
No.
Easter, but okay.
So she says 50 people will be at the wedding, and she's happy her parents are coming and can give me some insight. I'm going in with an open mind. Who says that about a cake tasting?
It's a cake tasting. And the fact that when the guy said how many people are going to be, she goes, 50?
And
I mean,
Josh is like, okay, I had no idea.
I know zero people. I didn't know that
Yeah.
50 people still liked you, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How many of them have you made out with? 49?
Well, let's don't count your parents. So 48.
I didn't I counted the parents, at least one of the parents on purpose because I don't know what she does when she's super
Oh
drunk at
my
home. She might have
God.
made out with her grandfather. I don't know.
He doesn't like her either.
Take out your
It's
dentures.
it's awful. No, he does not have dentures, girl.
No, he
Mm,
looked pretty good. So I don't remember what he looked like. So I'm
okay.
just saying he looked
Okay.
pretty good.
I'm shaking my head. The teeth weren't
He
great,
had
but
bad teeth.
he had bad
Okay,
teeth.
there we go.
But he's old.
So she's like, I'm going in with an open mind, which is a very weird thing to say about a cake tasting. And the guy asks if they have their wedding colors. And Josh goes, I like this, the color of my shirt, which is like a maroon. And Katie goes, no, not for the wedding. And he goes, no, I guess not. That's a dumb response. No, not this color.
You
Anything
know,
but this color.
you know what she didn't do before she went to the cake tasting? Take a
What?
shower, wash her hair.
No. No.
She looks like she stuck her head in a vat of grease and went to the cake tasting.
You know who has started showering a lot more? Mallory.
Oh,
So
good. Good. That's good. Okay. We'll take it.
she transferred the hair grease to Katie.
It's bad.
So
It's bad.
Katie tells us, I'm not going to be a bridezilla, but maybe just a Zilla, like I am in my normal life.
I liked that. I liked that she owned it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they haven't planned anything for the wedding. And Josh says, well, you're in control of everything, but when you say you're in control, it's chaos. And I really don't want stress and chaos on the wedding day. That terrifies me. And she says, when I tell you I've got this, I do. Like the apartment that I told you I got, and we
Mm-hmm.
instead stayed in a hotel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like my mattress that is stained. I've got this.
She doesn't.
So
She doesn't. She.
she doesn't have anything planned. So Josh says, Katie had said maybe we could have the wedding at your house and to the parents. And the parents go, no, no, we cannot fit 50 people. We don't even like you, Katie. So we are not going to trash our house and let people use our bathroom. No, it's not happening.
And by the way, if the wedding is like in 30 days and they're just like, can we have it at your house? No. No.
And so the parents say we are not surprised that she has nothing planned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's 6 weeks away. So will they be able to find a venue in 6 weeks? What?
No. No, she was counting her parents to be like, sure, you can have it at our house. We saw that backyard. That backyard can't fit 50 people. It's tiny.
What is happening? Where is is it going to be at the like community center? Even those places are booked.
Yeah, you
have to get married on like a Tuesday morning.
Well,
that's what they're going to have to do is get married on a Tuesday morning so that they can find a place. Or 3 in the morning.
I don't.
Can we do it in your off hours?
She'll be drunk by then trying to make out with the priest. So no.
I know.
Yeah. No.
So then it gets so much worse. And this scene I actually found quite infuriating.
Me too.
I was so stressed. So at the cake tasting still, Katie gets a notification on her smartwatch, which is so funny that she has a smartwatch because I feel like those are supposed to help people manage their lives better. And
I noticed that when she was looking at her watch, she's like, you're not going to like this. I was like, what time it is? Like,
you have access to all the technology to help you get your act together and you still can't do it.
Yes.
I'm sure there's an app on there that helps you like count how many drinks you've had so you don't make out with people. So she says, the delivery company is giving me the window of when your possessions from the UK are arriving. And he says, what? Why are they contacting you? And she says, well, they've been contacting me. I told you. And he says, no, you didn't. And the parents get so tense. They're just like,
this is so bad. Kimberly, didn't it make you so stressed to think like that's all his stuff?
I was so... When we get more of the story, I was just more and more infuriated. And the parents are just sitting there, just like not eating the cake. Just like, Katie fucked up something else. And she's being a total bitch to Josh.
Yeah.
So she explains that his stuff has been stuck at customs since he got to America. Mm-hmm. And now his possessions are finally arriving in Portland. But they are not in Portland now. They are in California. Mm-hmm. And she says, I feel like he's being a little dramatic.
What?
Fuck you, Katie. I hate you with every fiber of my being right now. There's something so selfish about her.
It's really bad. This is really bad because you could see the non-acting sheer panic. Like, we're not just doing this scene that producers told us to do. You could see the real like panic in him that was
terror. This is everything I own.
Yeah.
And we are not there. They're going to drop it off and no one is going to be in the hallway of our apartment building for anyone to take. What's going to happen?
We've got to call somebody to meet the person.
Get sent back to England?
Right.
Because no one's there to sign for it.
This is a nightmare.
This is a nightmare. And instead of problem solving, she's like, I think he's being a little dramatic. There's so many diagnoses I think I can think of off the top of my head, but basically just bitch. She's being a bitch.
Yes.
So he says she goes, so he's being dramatic. And Josh says, I've been trying to get these things for weeks and you haven't told me anything. And they've been contacting you. And this is this level of importance to me up here. And you're treating it all the way down here.
Yeah.
And she says, well, I was on my run when they called and I texted you about it and you never asked. So I didn't bring it up.
She
So
probably sent him a text that said, "Hey, remind me to tell you something later."
right, exactly. And
Yeah.
he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he apologizes to the parents. He's like, "I'm sorry that we're having this discussion in front of you at this cake tasting." And they say, "No, it's important. It's
Mhm.
all of your belongings." And our daughter's being a huge see you next Tuesday right now. We're
Mhm.
sorry for our daughter, is what they should have said. So
Mhm.
Josh says, if it was all of her storage unit possessions, like that weird bin that had like loose beans in it and things like that,
A dried
she would be
plate. Yeah. Yeah.
she would be concerned too. And she says, "Well, there's nothing you can do but just hope it gets there when we're there."
No, there's something else you
No,
could do, which is schedule it for when you're home or get a friend to go
get a
and
friend to
wait.
go and
Yeah.
wait and contact the company and make sure it's okay for someone else to sign. Give them your
Yes.
authorization.
Yes.
Like there, you need to start making calls right now. And he said, "I would just appreciate you taking this more seriously. These are all of the possessions that I have in this world."
Right.
And so he's upset and I would be upset too. And so they go back to her on another day. They're at the parents' house. They look at the chickens in the backyard. She's trying to catch one and it's running away from her. And he says, "This looks like you on a night out trying to catch an innocent guy to make out with him. We'll call the chicken Ryan." And I was like, so now we're joking about her trying to
Right.
essentially SA people who don't want it.
It's he's just laughing like he's made the joke of the century. And like, this is a girl you're supposed to be marrying, and you're making jokes about how she's trying to make
Tries
out
to
with people,
force herself onto
force herself
people
on
and they
people.
are pushing her away.
Mhm.
So he says it's good that, we're happy and having fun after our fight yesterday and we had a great night shagging. So happy Easter. So they just go swing from fights to makeup sex.
Did he
But
get his stuff? That's what I need to know.
yeah, exactly. We're not even going to get a follow up, I bet, on this stuff.
Yeah, let's
So
wait.
the dad leads them in an Easter egg hunt, and that was fun. They're both actually very into it. They're both being really competitive, and he's like, "This is intense," and they can't find the eggs anywhere. And like, there's like a golden egg, and they're like, "Take no prisoners," and they're like both going for it. It was cute, but then they're in their talking head, and he says, "I would like to tone down the competition when we do this with our children," and she says, "No." And he says, "Okay, so you can organize the egg hunt and I'll organize the therapy that they'll need because of the egg hunt." And so Josh finds the golden egg, which has $2 in it. And
Yes. All
Katie
right.
takes one of them.
Mhm.
And haha, it's so fun. So the grandparents come over for an Easter meal, the grandparents who also hate Katie. And
Yep.
Edward, the grandpa, says Katie is very opinionated and pushy, but she's a good person. I just good luck, Josh. Good
Listen,
luck, Josh.
you
The
get
grandpa says.
Grandpa's had a couple of mid-afternoon Easter wines, and he's
Yep.
telling it
He's
all.
loose lips.
Yes.
Everyone in this family hates her.
Yes. Mhm.
So at the meal, Katie starts drinking. She's like secretly pouring more wine for herself. And
Josh gets up to get the sausage rolls, and she's like, "Glug, glug, 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 glug,
go, go,
glug."
go, while
Yeah.
he's not looking.
Yeah.
So the mom asks if Josh celebrated Easter, and he says, "Well, kind of. When I was a kid, it was more about chocolate. I'm not very religious." And he says, "What does the religion mean to you?" And mom says, "Well, you're going to have your children baptized and raised in the church."
Mhm.
And I think she says to us, "I think religion gives people good morals, like it's done with my daughter Katie."
Clearly, my daughter has turned her face away from the church because it did
If
not set.
ever there was a face for religion, Katie is not that. She's like on a billboard warning people against forcing religion on children.
I wonder though if the reason she seems so like calm and okay with the whole, not okay, but like not as bothered by Katie as any regular person in her presence would be, is
Mm-hmm.
because she's so religious. She has really just prayed a lot and come to peace with it, because she has a piece about her
Yeah.
where she's obviously very upset about her daughter, but she's yet also thrilled that she doesn't live with her.
That's where, so I think there are other siblings,
I think there are too. Yeah.
and I think they are good. And
Okay.
I think the mom a long time ago has written off Katie as like a wild cousin in the family that
Mm,
comes around occasionally for the holidays and they're fun for a while, but you don't let yourself get stressed over what's happening in their life
right.
because you
It's
see them a
therapy, I
couple
think.
times a year. It's a lot of therapy and praying. And she's like, I'm focused on my good children.
Hmm.
And Katie, I might have to bail her out of jail one day, but like
For murder.
as long as she's not in jail, it's because of murder.
Hmm.
But it's fine as long as she's not in jail, and I don't let. She's like emotionally detached herself.
You
It's
can,
like when you
yeah.
have a boss that is kind of mercurial with their emotions, and you found that like sometimes they're really excited about things, but then sometimes they're really mad about things, and you
Hmm.
found it's healthier for your mental health to just be like neutral, so you don't get excited when they get excited and you
Yeah.
don't get sad when they get sad, and you just detach, and
Hmm.
that's better for you. And I feel like the mom has done that and have put all of her focus on her other kids, and if Katie comes around once in a while, that's great.
I think that's right because I think that the way her mother, I've really been thinking about this a lot.
Mhm.
The way that her,
It's
when she,
fascinating, you
y-
guys. We've
y-
never had like a case study
yeah,
like Katie.
I think her mother saying when she said, "Yeah, I was bad on my birthday. I was
Yeah,
bad. I kissed everyone." Like it's funny, or it's like
funny.
I was bad. I accidentally like
Mhm.
took too many pennies at the CVS. It said just
Mhm.
take one. Like kind of the way she's like, I was bad on my birthday, and the mom just says that makes me sad. Leads me to believe
Mhm.
she's had a lot of therapy coaching on how to approach Katie, how to respond when Katie does
Yes.
things. And for her to
Mhm.
say, one day you're going to hurt somebody, I feel like the mom has had a, I'd love to know how much therapy her mother's had because dad is sort of like, I don't know. She does therapy and then tells me, and I just say, okay, that's how we deal with Katie. When does she leave?
I
You
think
know,
it might be church therapy, like
could be.
counseling with the
Yeah.
religious leader.
Hmm.
Um, and they have tried to pray the drunk away with Katie, which is like a different kind of pray the gay away. It's to pray
Hmm.
the make out away. But they have been unsuccessful. So they are teaching her to like focus on her own emotions and the good children. But what's interesting about that scene is why did Katie confess that she was bad on her birthday? Does she have like a confessional relationship with her mom? Like she
Hmm.
confesses her sins to her? Why does she tell her mom all of this stuff that she does when she knows it will be against what her mom believes? Is she trying to get attention from her parents by
Hmm.
doing this sort of behavior?
Right.
Like, it's very strange.
It is.
She could
It's
just as easily not have said anything because she
how
doesn't live there. So
how would
her
her
mom would
mom
never know.
know? Right. Yeah. I'm with you. Okay, continue on. I'm sorry. I'm endlessly
Fascinating.
fascinated by this situation.
Yeah. So they're talking about church, and the mom says religion gives people good morals, unlike Katie. And the dad asks if Josh would ever convert, and Josh says, "Oh God, goodness, that's a big question. Oh my, cheerio, that's a good question. That's a big question. Not sure. I don't know enough about your religion." And Katie says, "Well, what if I took you to church?" Which again was interesting because she's not lying to the parents and saying we go to church all the time.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so we go in Portland. We totally have a regular church. Our the pastor's name is George Glass. We totally go all the time.
I think they've given up with her trying to go to church.
Uh-huh.
But I think their whole thing is if you get married and if you have children, God forbid, then we need those children to go to church.
Right.
Yes.
Because it's too late for you,
Right.
but
Hmm.
the kids are innocent and we could still mold them into who we want them to be.
They will still be our
Better people.
grandchildren. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Katie's like, what if I took you to church? And he says, I'd be open to it. I'm agnostic. So that's sort of like you don't know, kind of you're open.
Right.
And Katie says, Mom asks her mom, if Josh doesn't believe in God, will he go to hell and I'll go to heaven? And mom says, well, I don't know what's in his soul and what God is looking for, which is kind of BS because isn't all of her studies Isn't that tell you what God is looking for to go to heaven?
It was interesting the way she said to her mom,
There's a
"Mom,"
guidebook.
it's like, "Mom, will Josh go to heaven?"
Yeah,
It
like
was
a
like she
little
was like a
girl.
4-year-old at like
Yeah.
Sunday school. Like,
Yeah.
it was strange. Everything is
Um,
strange. It's all strange.
Everything is strange. Also you can see the thoughts start going, and now Katie is like OCD spiraling
Yes,
about like
right.
the
Yes.
afterlife.
Hmm.
She's now spiraling about that. So Katie's like, "Well, if he doesn't go to heaven, how can I be happy if he's in heaven and or if he's in hell and I'm in heaven?" If I was Josh, I would have gotten up and walked away. I would be like, "We're having an Easter dinner conversation and everyone's just assuming that I'm going to hell. Like, I'm leaving."
Well, she's like,
And
"Mommy, tell me, where do the bad people go?" And
yes.
she's like,
And
"Darling, your betrothed is going to hell."
mm,
"Oh no, Mommy."
yeah.
It's crazy.
So mom says, "I don't know, Katie." Because she's and instead of like going along with the OCD, she just needs an answer. She could have just lied to her, but instead she's like, "I don't know, Katie," and she's kind of annoyed. I feel like the
Very.
incessant questions. I'm sure Katie asks a lot of questions because of her mind
Yes.
going, and she's
Yes.
like, "What about this, Mom? What about this? Do ducks go to heaven? What about geese? Do geese go to heaven? What about that geese that bit me? Did he go to heaven? What about this? Do the ants go to heaven?" Katie, fucking I don't know. Ask God. Like everyone hates her.
And they're like,
So
maybe she should have some more wine.
yeah,
Oh,
she's
God.
drunk, so she'll pass out, stop
Uh,
talking to us. So mom says in their in their talking head, Katie tells Josh, our kids need to be baptized, and he says, "Well, this is starting to feel like an ultimatum. Like it's again your way or it's nothing." And
mhm.
she says, "I feel like I've told you I'm Lutheran, so it shouldn't blindside you." And he says, "And I've told you that I'm agnostic. So that shouldn't blindside you. You can't have it both ways. Like
Right.
I've been very clear about my religion and or lack of religion." And mom tells them to get into heaven, you need to accept Jesus Christ as your savior. And I was like, "Okay, you
Mm.
you lost me, mom.
Yeah.
You had me with I hate my daughter, but you lost me with telling me that I'm going to hell."
She got real religious real quick.
Real religious real quick. And
Yeah.
again, I ask, like, what if Josh was Jewish or
Right.
something else and not agnostic? Would she also say that? Because
She
he
would
hasn't
feel like
accepted.
she
Does
couldn't
she
turn
think I'm
him.
going to hell?
Yes,
Or
she
is she
does.
one of the Christians that's like, "Oh, she's one of the chosen people. We don't mess with
No,
Jews."
I don't know. I kind of feel like she's like, you're Lutheran or you're
You're,
nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Katie says, "Well, I don't know. Is it like so black or white?" And the mom says, "I think it is." Which is
Sh-
weird because 5 seconds ago she said, "I don't know what's in his heart. I don't know what God is looking for."
And it doesn't seem very Christian to be like, it's black and white. You're going to hell.
It's you're going to
Yeah.
hell. It's no one judges like a good Christian.
That's
Let's be
right.
real.
That's right.
Um, wow.
And
And
also, she's sick of Katie. She's been there one day. She doesn't
yeah.
want to eat sausage rolls. She looked at her glass. It was empty. 2 minutes ago, it was full.
Mhm.
Katie drank her wine.
Yeah.
She's going to have to drive grandma and grandpa back to the nursing home. She's in a mood. She's in a mood. She's had
Mhm.
it. She's had
She's
it.
had it. Yeah,
Yes.
she's not a very patient Christian lady.
Okay.
Maybe she's realized because of the packages that got lost in customs,
Hmm.
she needs to save this young man. Even though he is agnostic, she needs to save him and get him away from her daughter. So she is going to be as horrible as possible, telling him he's going to hell so that he'll run. She
No,
get away from my
she
daughter.
wants somebody to take care of her so bad.
I know she wants
It's,
him to save her, even though he's
yeah,
getting nothing out of the deal.
no. And I don't know if he's a prize either, honestly.
No, he's
Um,
not. There has to be something that is not right, or he's just wants to be in America to be an influencer. He seems to really want to be on social media,
he's a
and
40-year-old influencer.
yeah,
Okay. Let's talk about Debbie
he's
and
young
Mito.
30s.
Is he?
Uh-huh.
He is, in fact, 30.
Hmm.
Wow. Wow. Sorry, apologies. Okay, let's talk about Debbie and Mito. Okay, wow, that was okay. Debbie and Mito. Okay, with all the conversation about my bangs, um, tell me the truth. Do my bangs look like Debbie? Because now I'm
No.
concerned that my bangs look like Debbie's bangs.
No. And I actually wrote, even though she's going through torture right now and
Hmm.
sobbing on the sidewalk, her
Yeah,
hair looks good. And I don't know how she gets it to be so unfrizzy
it's
in
so straight.
that New Orleans humidity is a
Yes.
killer. So
Yeah.
what products is she using?
I wonder if she's got a,
A
a
sealant?
no. What do you do when you get it straightened?
Brazilian blowout.
Brazilian blowout. Because it's board
That's good.
straight. It's
It's
board
boiled
straight.
straight
Yeah.
and yeah, I've gotten that too. It
Hmm.
kills you because of the formaldehyde and it's bad, but you're ingesting all of that formaldehyde.
Ooh.
You have to wear a mask. Like
Oh
it's
my
bad.
God.
Your eyes like just profusely
You guys,
water.
it's not
It just
it's not worth it. Get
smells
us.
so bad. But the humidity, on the other hand, the frizz,
Wow.
we don't like the frizz. So,
No. Jeez
but no,
Louise.
your hair doesn't look like Debbie's. No.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm concerned. Okay. So 25 days to wed. So we opened with her bawling crying on the street of New Orleans, just oh my
In white
God.
pants.
Just a shell of herself in her white jeans. Because
She's sitting on throw up.
if she's on the streets of New Orleans, it looks like more like the Garden
It's
District.
a
It looked a little
really
nicer.
cute
Yeah.
it's very cute street. I shouldn't be so there's
It's
probably not like drunk like alcohol on the ground.
it looks
It
like a
looked nice.
nice place, but I still just don't get on the ground in your white pants anywhere.
Yeah.
So because he told her he's going back to Egypt, and he comes down, he goes, Aditi, look at me. Aditi, look at me. Debbie, Debbie, look at me. Look at me. And she's like, no, go. And he gets out a ring and places it on the ground and kneels. And he's like, Debbie, look at me. Look at
Were
me.
you were you shocked?
I was furious
I was
at him.
furious. I was furious and I
I,
was shocked too.
I was shocked. And I'm going to tell you what else. Today or yesterday, 90 Day Fiance, like official Instagram posted, a little video of this moment. I wrote back, total dick move.
Yeah.
And we don't love her and we definitely don't love him. This is a dick power move. And I hated it.
This
Hated
is
it.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad at the show. I'm mad at him. I'm mad at because I had started to let myself believe that those reports that they got married were
Hmm.
false and
Yeah.
that perhaps he does go back to Egypt and she is saved from this
You're right.
man.
Right.
And I had my hopes up. They were dashed again. And
This
also this
is,
is the worst thing you could do to someone. This is like those prank
yes.
DJs on the radio
Yes.
who call up somebody and are like, I have bad news. I'm the police and your son died. Just kidding. You won tickets to the Rihanna concert. Like,
Yes. It's,
haha. Like,
this was
this is
I didn't like this prank. I don't think it's funny. I think it tells you everything you need to know about his controlling
his,
character.
this is,
Yes.
he took what he did when he pretended he wasn't getting on the plane and he was already at the airport in the first
Yeah.
episode
Right.
and said, hold my beer. I'm going to out asshole myself
Yes.
and do an even worse prank.
Yes. It's not funny.
I'm going to crush this woman's spirit and her
Yes.
soul and then give her the happiest moment of her life.
I don't understand what kind of we've definitely diagnosed Katie,
He's a
but I don't
sociopath
but yeah,
or
I
a
don't know.
psychopath. There's something.
Something is there that is completely wrong for anybody to think this is the right thing to do.
No.
So she
And
wants
if a
her
guy does this to you,
don't marry them.
don't marry
Don't
them.
marry them.
And
So she
he's the type that where she would be like, do not put cake in my face at our wedding.
absolutely.
Do not. I'm getting my makeup done. It's the happiest day. I think it's gross when people do it. It will be very upsetting to me if you do that. And he does it anyways.
Yes.
And encourages the crowd to cheer for him.
Yes. Yes, you're so right. So she won't turn around. So he goes and like hugs her behind her, which really is like one of the first times we've seen him touch her. And
I thought he was going to strangle her.
she's bawling crying, and he's smiling like as he's hugging her, like, look at me. And
Such a good
then
moment, television gold.
and then she turns around and he gets on the ground with the ring and he goes, I got you. And she falls to the ground crying even more. It's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. But then she hugs him and then she hits him and then he's laughing and he goes like, I got you. I got you, Dee Dee. It's not funny.
It's not funny, and I don't feel like he would have done this at all if he wasn't on TV. I think he's trying to create like gotcha TV
Show his
moments.
acting too, like to show that he was like, I will go back to Egypt.
1000%, and to be the most memorable character on this season. And he wouldn't have even put in the effort to do a prank to her if he wasn't on TV. But
Right.
this is how he's putting in the effort. Not to say I love you.
So he hands her the ring, which seems to have a price tag on it.
Oh my God.
It seemed to have a sticker on it that was the price tag.
Did it really?
But maybe it was the size. But he says, I don't know the size or something.
Effort.
But there is a sticker on it. And he kisses her forehead while he looks outward.
Forehead kiss.
Forehead. And he laughs and goes, it's not easy to be with Mito.
And with his eyes open.
Yeah. Looking.
He can't even close his eyes when he kisses her.
Talking head, he goes, I was carrying this ring around. I was waiting for the right moment. And so she surprised me. So I surprised her.
So it's like a revenge thing? What
Yes.
the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. She surprised me by showing me this chapel. So I said, I'll surprise you by saying no. But then I'll surprise you again by saying, so he says, we've had our ups and downs, but it's just helped us to understand more things about each other. And now I know that she's a good person and has a good heart. And I think before we met each other, we was missing something in our lives. And now I complete her and she completes me.
What?
Everything is so narcissistic. And
what do you mean you were waiting for her to show she's a good person?
Now I know she's
not
a good
person. What?
So I will say this, that the ring he gave her seemed to be sort of a small ring that, again, had the price tag on it. But then when she's hugging him, because then she shows it like we're engaged, and it seems to be like a smallish ring. Then when she's hugging him, you see the smallish ring with the band under it. And then there's a different ring that's like a big square, like green or something on the other hand. Anyway, I'm going to have my eye on this because I feel like maybe it's reenactment, and I don't like that.
And they're already married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can't trust anything on this show.
No. You know who we can't trust, and that's Marissa. So that's who we end with. It's Marissa and Edward. And boy, oh boy, have I really been wanting to root for her, but she's a bad person too.
She is a member of Mensa and a genius and an intellectual sophisticate. I don't know if you knew that. She is the smartest person, and she needs someone to match her intellectually. Not sure if you were aware of that. She knows that Sicily is part of Italy.
Okay.
She sells wedding dresses for a living, which I'm sure she has a good job, and I'm sure she has a good business mind and things like that. But she freaking talks like she is curing cancer, and he's a dum-dum who is like intellectually handicapped.
Did you hear that she was fired from Kleinfeld for showing his dick pics to her coworkers?
I did hear that. Is that true? Do we know if that is factual?
I asked another 90 Day Fiance member who said they had also heard that, but they did not know if it was factual.
Because on the show, she told them about the circumcision.
Right.
She told Dorothy and a couple other people about the circumcision, but I don't believe we saw her show pictures.
But maybe she did.
On the show, and they cut it out. But maybe then how would Kleinfeld know unless someone told on her?
Somebody told on her. That's what I think.
They don't like her, even though she's the most beloved coworker they've ever had there, besides Randy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that somebody told her, like, I was very uncomfortable. She showed me a picture of her husband's dick, and I did not want to see it.
Jesus.
Now, we don't know. That's all alleged, so we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's doing fine now. She started a bar studio. She's fine. So she has come alone to New York because she needs space, and they are majorly disconnected, as any good intellectual will say. We're majorly disconnected right now.
Did she say she's in Mensa, or are you just saying that?
Oh, no, I'm just joking.
Okay, all right.
How she acts.
I was like, did I miss that she said that? Okay, all right.
No. Um, so her friend from the party, one of the judgy ladies,
Yeah.
has met her to at Kleinfeld to see her dress fitting. And she says, I'm surrounded by happy brides all the time. And it really sucks that like I don't have those excited feelings right now. And again, she's so intellectual, guys.
Like what? Like,
It really sucks that like I don't have these. She sounds like Emma, and she is deep intellectual. Also, Dorothy, her work wife, is
Mhm.
there, and Dorothy and the friend gossip immediately when Marissa goes to try on the dress. It's like, oh my god, nice to meet you. What do you think about Edward? He's a dummy, right? He's not good enough for her.
Have you
And
seen
they
that?
start.
Have you seen that dick
Have you
pic?
seen the dick pic?
Yeah.
So they are worried. They're not sure if she's going to go through with the wedding. And Dorothy keeps trying to get the friend to say that she's against it. Like, but what do you really think? Like, do you think she should do it? And the friend keeps trying to be very diplomatic and like feel Dorothy out. They're each trying to feel each other out. Like, do we hate him? Right? We hate him, right? Because he's
Okay.
not good enough for Marissa,
It's
right?
like on three. Say it. One,
Yeah,
two.
exactly.
I'll
Yes,
say it if you say it on three. One, two. Yeah.
totally. So she comes out in this dress that she says, it's just like me. It's sexy and sophisticated. And
Okay.
it's
Okay.
sort of Grecian style. To me, she looked like a pillar, a Grecian pillar of some
Yeah.
sort.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So the friend says, well, you made the right decision with the dress. And Marissa's like, what? What do you mean? And Dorothy goes, well, I just hope you love Edward for the right reason. And Marissa goes, what do I love him for? His money? Ha 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 ha. He's a poor. Well, of course I don't love him for his money. Did you hear that joke that I just made?
He's a poor. Okay.
So Dorothy goes, well, like sex. Do you love him for sex? And Marissa's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not 100% sure about the wedding. I'm like 75% sure. And
Mhm.
Dorothy says, for me, 75 might as well be zero. Like you have to be all in. And
You know what's interesting this week on Love After Lockup? Corey said about Kirsten and Brady. She said, I give it a 75% chance. And we were like, that's good.
that's
That's
pretty
good.
good.
For Love After
For
Lockup, we
these
thought,
people,
yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I mean, even as in like 75% of, no, 50% of Nicole.
Mhm.
She is like 50% good for me.
Right. Yes. Yes.
75 was, I think, how Michael felt about Angela when they
I
first
think it
got.
was,
No, that was baby girl
it
Lisa.
was Soja Boy and Baby Girl
It was
Lisa.
baby girl Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So Dorothy's like, it might as well be zero, and Marissa says, well, I can't be sure in 45 days. Like I just can't get to be 100 in 45 days. And the friend's like, but it's been 2.5 years that you've known
Mhm.
him. And Marissa says, I know it's just now that we're living together, I'm assessing our new dynamic where I've realized he's stupid. And it's basically like marrying someone who has an intellectual disability, the way I have to speak down to him. So the friend says he was happy go lucky and his personality has changed because he can only take so much of your bitchiness. And Marissa says, yeah, because he feels beaten down by me.
Yes.
But I want him to feel confident and be independent of me. And she's like, last night I wanted alone time in the city and I didn't contact him. And at 10:30 at night, he texted me like, have a good night. Like I felt like there was attitude with the text. And she says, I'm busy. I don't want to text 9,000 times a day. Well, you're engaged to him and you
Just a
want him
check
to be
in.
helping to raise your children. So
Yeah.
you should text occasionally.
Check in
He's
with
not
him. Yeah.
asking 9,000. He's
Yeah.
asking for one. And she says he's miserable and he's afraid of messing up because I'm not being nice to him, because I'm not happy because of him. It's all his fault that he's
Right.
making me act like such a bitch.
Yes.
And Dorothy says, if you're not certain, you shouldn't get married. And Marissa says, I shouldn't be settling. But because she thinks she's so much better than him. But the situation is more complicated than my friends realize. And I was like, what? Is there something we don't know?
Yeah. Is she pregnant? Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So then she texts Edward. She says Edward texts her that he needs to talk to her about something important and he's coming to the city to meet her. And she's like, "Oh my God, he is going to travel into the city alone? No one with his low IQ should be allowed on the streets without a supervisor."
It is 3 hours away, so you do wonder, like, is he driving? Is there a
Is he, yeah,
train? Yeah.
there's a train, I'm sure, but like he's going to navigate the trains by himself
Gosh, in a
with
language
his
that he reads? Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
with money that he has.
Yes.
And
Wow.
she thinks she needs to have him on a leash, like a little
Mm.
kid you'd have on like a backpack leash.
Yeah. God bless.
So my brother had one of those because he was always running off. So
Yeah.
so they meet up. And he tells us, she barely said goodbye to me when she went on this trip for a few days to New York. She didn't even hug me. She's being very cold and not loving to me. And I'm doing everything I can to make her happy, and she's not giving it back. We're a couple. It's not just her. And I was like, finally,
Yeah, I like he's standing up to her. I like it. Yeah.
finally, it's not all about her and what she wants. And he says, I need more because I know my value as a person. And so he meets with her. He brings her a coffee, which I thought was nice. And she says she's nervous. Like this has to be important for you to come all this way by yourself without your adult human, like to navigate.
What if he walked up and he had one of those huge badges around his neck that they make the kids put like their airline ticket in
Yes.
that says unaccompanied minor, you know?
That's what I'm.
Yes. Yes. All right.
He's like going to reenact Home Alone 2 Lost in New York again, like with a backpack on. And he's going to and people will come up to him. Do you know where your mom and dad are?
Yeah, right.
I
God,
can't find them. Let me get an officer to help you. So he says, I don't feel good with you. You just left for 4 or 5 days and you didn't even give me a hug. You know that I like those things and you're just so cold. I'm begging for love and it's not acceptable for me. And she kind of rolls her eyes, which
he really was able to like really express exactly what he was upset about, you know?
which is all she's wanted. She says this is what she's wanted. She's
Yeah.
like, I want him to stand up for himself and get mad at me back, like when I'm being a bitch.
Yeah.
I want him to be a man. And he's now telling her.
Yeah. Good for
And
him.
she's like rolling her eyes. And he says, I need affection. You were never like this at the beginning. Like you've changed. And she says, I'm not affectionate as you are in general. And I'm just not in a headspace to be that way right now. And you're quiet. And I feel like there's nothing for us to talk about. There's no stimulation. Were you having like book club meetings in the
Right.
DR when you were first dating? Is this what you're missing? Like you would download like thesis papers on the internet and then discuss them?
Exactly. I don't
And
know
you
what
would do like a mock trial where you would debate each other about like political issues.
Do you
What
think
exactly?
she got the ick because he's like playing so much with the kids that she's like,
Yes.
that's annoying, but she
Yes.
wants him to do that, but then I don't know what she wants.
She didn't like it when they were wrestling upstairs because
Right.
she's like, it's now like I have 3 kids. It was really loud and I didn't like it.
And you messed up my
jumped on the
covers.
bed,
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all about the pillows. And so she's like, there's no stimulation. He says, I give you exactly what you want and then you complain. And she says, you haven't. You promised to give me space on this trip and then you got mad at me. And then she like smirks like she's got one up on him. And don't try to tell me you didn't. You got mad at me. And, but that happened after you gave him a cold goodbye. That was on this trip. So your point doesn't hold. So stop smirking.
But also I think he's like, okay, wait, so she's going to work in the city and this is how it's going to be. Whenever she gets annoyed, she's just going to flee to her other apartment.
Right. And
You
not
know?
talk to me for days.
Yeah. Right.
So he says, this is new for me. You weren't like this before. And she says, I'm not okay with my life and I can't hug you when I feel so unsure of things. I am questioning things. And he says, like, what are you questioning? And she says, our compatibility and if we're even the right fit to get married. And he tells us, this is bullshit. I can't believe she has the balls to say that to me. And she tells him, every time I put down a deposit, or book
Mm-hmm.
something for the wedding with my money,
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, is this wedding even going to happen? And he thinks, for her this is just about money, but for me, I left my entire life to be here. And why didn't she tell me that she was questioning all this before? I think she has tried to tell him several times, like in the park. She told him she was questioning things.
Yeah.
Um, but she never had these questions or told him before he came that she was having these doubts,
By the way,
like
why didn't
all since
she
he's got there.
plan all this beforehand? Like all the wedding stuff, she should just had it all planned
Yeah.
before. So they knew they were anyway. That's neither here nor there, but that's annoying to me too. I'm like, why are you planning it 60 days out? Like you should have already
Yeah.
done all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So their showdown in New York next week
Showdown.
continues.
Well, next time on Katie and her friends, it looks like they're doing like a Hindu, like a Hindu instead of like because he's British,
Uh-huh.
because they have on fascinators and they're like, it was in the middle of the day, like they're doing tea.
Yeah.
And she goes, drunkenly, let's play a game. And never have I ever, never ever has Josh gone down on me. And they're like, okay, never ever has Josh gone down on me either. Like, that's not how you
Yeah.
play the game, you dummy.
You just wanted to humiliate him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not even there.
Yeah. And then in her talking head, she goes, if I have to have sex with only Josh for the rest of my life, it's going to be boring. And she says to her friends, once I say I do, I don't like want it Josh to be like the only person for the rest of my life that I can make out with. So I want to talk to him about it like an open relationship. The whole thing that her whole personality is making out is just beyond. Like what?
It is like a mental illness of something. It's like its behavior, like this like sexual, like
Yes.
overly sexual behavior
Yes.
can be part of like being bipolar or
Right.
being, I'm again not going to speculate, but it
Right.
is like a part of that. But again, she's brought someone into this and she's not working on herself. And if he's not down with this sort of thing, also foisting yourself on people who do not want you to make out with them is not part of any, that is being a sexual assaulter. So it's not even the same thing.
It's also surprising that something bad has not happened to her with that kind
Mm-hmm.
of aggressive behavior. You could run across a guy who's doesn't just want to make out, and it's not going to turn out well for you.
Yeah.
It's surprising. So Thomas says to Paula, he says, I need my apartment to be a safe space from invasive smells. And she says, I'm so sorry you were born like this because it's so sad. And he says, can you handle this? This is who I am and what I need. And in the talking head, she goes, I don't know.
Again, he's fine on the farm. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of smells there.
But he's fine. The hay, the horses, the cows, like none of it bothers his allergies.
She says,
chemical allergies.
She's not sure she can handle this for the rest of her life. Rod and Maxwell talk, and Rod says to Maxwell, you're not established. And I look at you moving to the United States as a newborn baby. And Maxwell says, okay, so if you don't trust me, you should trust Aisha because she's a very smart person. And Rod says, well, she was smart before now. Oh, Rod, you're just a hater. By the way, I looked it up while we were talking, and you do have to have a yellow fever vaccination 10 days to 4 weeks before you go to Nigeria.
Yeah, 10 days at least.
So
fake free.
Suck it, Matt Sharp. So just kidding, not Matt Sharp, just Matt Sharp Productions. So Rashid says, if you don't want a baby, I will have to cut this relationship. And the talking head, she says, seeing him have no empathy, maybe I should be the one to say, we can stop right here, buddy. Go back to Turkey. She won't do that. Shay says to Annabelle, now I don't like how things ended with Allison. And Annabelle says, Allison is a spoiled brat. Shay in his talking head says, I think they're literally both wrong. And we see them in the car together. And Shay says to Allison, who's baby sister in the back, Shay says to Allison, you got a problem with Annabelle or something? And she goes, duh, that's obvious. She's a bitch. And Shay says, well, we're getting married, so you guys have to work this out. Talking to Annabelle says, Fuck her. I can't believe she called me a bitch.
I know. I can't
Wow.
believe she called you a bitch either.
Wow.
Usually Allison does the snide comments like behind her back, but now she's over that. It's right to her face. Yeah.
She made fun of my church, and I will not tolerate it.
Well, also, Shay, you raised this girl.
Right.
You
Where's the
raised
other daughter?
Allison.
The other daughter was only for one
They
episode. And it was
turned
like,
out nice.
yeah.
So like, but they even say Allison's the bitchy one. But
Yeah.
like, why is everyone okay with that?
I don't know, because she's pretty. I don't know. Edward and Marissa talk there by the waterfront, and he says, we're on the halfway point to the 90 days now. So we need to know if we're going to move forward or not. And she goes, can't you give me a chance to just think about it more? And he goes, no, I can't, and walks off. So
Yeah, you should know by now.
we know they're going to get married. So it's going to work out. All she needed was him to just stand up to her.
100%. That's when the dynamic flipped and he had the upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she needed. Yeah.
And they're going to bang it out. Do we have time for a quick Kimberly's Corner?
Well, I watched part of Diaries. Do you want me to do part of it or should I do it next week?
Why don't we do it next week? And who was on, though? I didn't even see.
Evelyn and Corey.
Oh, God.
Fleeing. And we found out what was happening with the fleeing the apartment situation.
Okay.
Emma, who banged Rob and said was not being nice to me, and she's getting a Brazilian wax with her twin sister.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot going on with Emma, except not really. And then Vea and the dog sitter. Who almost died because she had a benign brain tumor.
And again, got real culty and religious on the internet.
Yeah.
Speaking in tongues.
Not surprised because
Yeah.
sometimes people go back, like on Plathville.
Can you remind me how Vea is spelled? Is it
VAY?
J?
No, that's not.
There was a J in there somewhere.
J.
Because
no.
Because I feel like was it because it's like one of Shekinah's sisters. I feel like it's because
VEAH.
Vea name in the Bible. It doesn't appear in the Bible. But it is short for Nevaeh, heaven spelled backwards. Nailed it.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Because she was raised in the religious cult, kind of Amish as well.
Yeah.
What if she and Shekinah were to see each other? It's like, hey, girl, you look familiar. Wow.
Cult sisters.
Cult sisters.
High five. Former cult.
Are you guys covering on Dateline, the Dateline that was on Friday?
Yes, we are. It was the Mushroom Mystery.
It was Blaine.
Yes.
And yeah, I watched it.
There was lots of mushrooms, and I really hate mushrooms.
I do too.
I powered through.
And there was a lady with a pretty severe tan going on. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it, but in a nice way, because we have to on that podcast.
I'm sure that you do, but I will tell you right now, I was concerned about her melanoma.
I know, me too. I did say get your moles checked.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, everybody make sure you are following Kimberly and Katie at Dateline and that you're following them over on YouTube, which is A Date with K and K. And you can also watch this video over there as well on YouTube. We are there. That is Pink Shade Bunkies. This week, I got Keisha tomorrow doing Welcome to Plathville rewatch on Pink Shade Prime. And so good. I can't wait. I haven't watched the episode yet. Got to do that.
Although, a little bone to pick. I did hear you say to Keisha that it was the highlight of your week recording with her.
Here's the problem. Keisha doesn't listen.
I didn't like
and you do. And I don't like that. You talk about me on Dateline all the time and not always nicely. So don't make me start pulling some footage. You know why it's the highlight of my week? Because it's so easy to do the notes.
Yeah.
And because I've already watched it, it always gives me a little thrill to remember, oh yeah, this was terrible. And
I know it's your favorite show on TV.
It's my favorite show. And also Keisha doesn't know what's going to happen. And I do. And I sort of like that.
Fun. Yeah.
And
I get it. And she's delightful. I
yeah,
get it.
Keisha still doesn't know about Kimberly. I mean, not Kimberly, sorry, Kim and Olivia and why they initially had that fight over the MLM money. She still doesn't know
Totally.
about that. And it's
I
coming up.
know. I'm so
I'm
excited
so
because she
excited for her to find
already
out.
hates Kim a proper amount for where she is in the show.
Right.
And she can't imagine hating her anymore, but it's
Right.
going to happen.
I told her, I was like, you can't imagine the heights you can go to with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till Lydia's wedding. You won't believe
Yeah.
it. You won't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's on Wednesdays,
Oh, and
everybody.
you said Ethan is rageful. And she was like, what? It's like,
She was like,
you have no idea.
she couldn't help it. She's like, he gets more angry. I go, oh my God, he's
Oh, you have
not
no
even angry.
No.
It's not even angry. I'm going to change the name, the $5 level of Pink Shade Prime from Andre's rage to Ethan's
Ethan.
rage.
100%. Yeah.
Because we need Andre. Get out of here.
Gone. Yeah.
Get out of here, Andre. And
Don't
listen.
flatter them. They'll take that as like, oh, they're talking about us. They want to be us. That's why they talk about us.
When I met him, I told him about it. He was like, what? Andre's rage? That's so funny. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. I was making fun of him to his face. He didn't get it. That's our show, everybody. We will see you later this week. And again, these new shows, Age Inappropriate and Double Lives of Suburban Wives, all these shows we will be covering. Things are switching around a little bit. Also, hey, I forgot to say this week, Thursday, if you're on Pink Shade Prime, it's Thursday Night Live, Pink Shade Live on Thursday.
Yes.
That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I got to, let's see. I got to look up at the logo.
Assuming
up.
I don't have jury duty.
When are you
I'll
finding
be
out?
there. I got it. I'm on standby. So I have to call Monday. I called on Friday. They said, you're on standby. You don't have to come in on Monday. I have to call Monday night. They're probably going to say, you don't have to come in Tuesday. Call Tuesday night.
But
and then every night I'm going to have to call.
This current week that we're in, or are you talking about next week?
Next week.
Okay.
But I have to call Friday.
But Pink Shade Live is this
Thursday.
Week.
This week. Sorry.
Okay.
I forgot we're in Monday now.
Yeah.
This current week.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, if you can't be there,
I have to call tonight
to
find out about tomorrow. And then
gotcha.
I think I have to do that each night at 5 p.m.
Okay. If you can't make it on Thursday Night Live, we will switch it to another night because the point is to have the three of us.
Okay. That's nice.
Okay. Yeah.
That makes me feel good inside.
Okay, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.